at you going with those beautiful carrots.
Carrots, yeah, fresh carrots. Yum. Freshly
I
washed.
can't wait for this.
I'm so excited. I mean, it's cold outside, everyone.
And we might be getting snow tonight. It's the perfect winter dish.
I know, right?
Hello.
How's it going?
Yay, I'm excited about goulash. I can't believe we have not cooked that in 3.5 years or however long it's been.
You know, there may be some dishes we haven't cooked.
Maybe.
Hard to believe. Yeah, it's I'm so excited because there's nothing better than, you know, a really cold night, right? And you just want some warm stew. Now, if you're vegetarian, you could just make this with vegetables and not have the beef.
Yeah.
But if you do eat meat, this is like one of the most delicious flavors ever, you know?
Yeah. Yeah, for sure.
And I'm calling it Croatian goulash. I'm 100% Croatian. But this is not the Croatians don't own this, okay? It's really Hungarians probably, and most of the Balkans, I would say, have a beef stew, you know, or doesn't everybody? I mean, everybody has a stew, right?
Come on. Yeah.
But
everybody has their style.
Everybody has their style. And this is the Croatian one, which has mustard, which I love because, you know, you share my love. You share my love of mustard. So, so right now, I'm just going to give you a little insight on what's happening here with the prep. So this stew takes a couple of hours to make, and ideally what you should do is make it the day before, let it sit hot, and eat it the next day. That's ideal for flavor.
Always for stew. It's always that way for stew,
and soup for that matter, anything like that. But, you know, we can eat this tonight. Now, I have leftover, really great leftovers. So I may wait just because I want
and just save it for tomorrow.
Maybe, but, you know, I'll still take a photo and everything. But so let's talk about what's marinating right now. So what you want to do, and if you could just spell this right now, you would be so happy. Okay, the first thing that you want to do is you want to cube about a pound and a half of chuck. And the reason why you want to use that part of the beef is because it's not super lean. It still has some fat in it.
And what do we always say? Fat carries the flavor.
Yes, and you know, you just want that fall apart meat, and that's basically what the best beef stew section is. Okay, and it's not as expensive, and it's great. Everybody can get it. Okay, but get organic if you can. You know, get the cleanest meat you can. And so what you do is you take about 3 tablespoons. I use Dijon mustard. And you want to coat the meat with that. About 1.5 teaspoons of kosher salt. Some cranks of pepper to your liking. I'm not going to tell you how much. You decide. Also, here's the key ingredient is paprika, obviously. That's a key component flavor in goulash. And I used...
do you have a smoked or a regular?
I used smoked paprika.
Yeah, I like smoked
paprika. It's a full teaspoon of smoked paprika. And then, of course, what do I do? What we always do. Add some fresh Chimayo red chili. I did about 3/4 teaspoon of that. And then I used some of Holly's chimichurri salt.
Nice.
Put that in there.
Nice.
And then this needs to marinate for about an hour, I would say. It's been going for about 15 minutes. So we're just going to put it to the side.
Okay.
And so that's that with that one. And then the next thing we're going to do is just get the chopped vegetables together, and it's pretty much it's a chunky mirepoix. Okay, that's what it is. It's like onions, carrots, a little bit of celery, some olive oil, you know, and you're just reducing it and getting it soft and ready to get the meat in there. So that's what we're gonna do now. I have a little bit of butter.
Oh, of course.
A tablespoon of butter, and then I'm gonna add some olive oil to that. So what I'm gonna do is about, let's see, how many is this? This is like a hand. This is like everything everywhere all at once right now. If anybody's seen the movie, you know what I'm talking about.
Yes, and it was Oscar Day today.
Except it was hot dogs, not carrots. Anyway, so this is about 1, 2, 3. Like these are smaller carrots, so it's about 3 medium carrots, and then I'm gonna chop 2 medium onions.
Okay.
Let's see. 3 cloves of garlic, but I'm not putting the garlic in yet. I'm just telling you what it is. And then I'm gonna do probably 4 stalks of celery. Okay. So while I'm cooking, we can talk about what's going on.
So you're gonna do a kind of like a rough, large chop on all those?
I'm gonna do a rough chop, but not fine. This is country food. Okay, this is my family's peasant stock all the way. There's no fine cutting anything. But anyway, that's all good. It's all good, and that's gonna be chunky and yummy and delicious.
All right, so I did not watch the Oscar thing today. Like, who got Oscar noms? So I'm a little behind the times on it, but I am hoping that Brandon Fraser was nominated for The Whale.
It was Debrianna. Of course, I had an alarm to tell me when it was happening, because after 25 years of TV and doing these covering this kind of stuff for years, it's just like I got up and I gasped at a couple of them. So it was exciting. Yeah. It's still exciting. I feel like it's more back into the norm or whatever that means. I mean,
yeah, I know so many people got COVID going to the Golden Globes. I wonder if they're going to have a different protocol for the Oscars.
I hope they do. I hope they do. I hope they're super, super safe and they can all be in an auditorium and have a good time. But it's like, it's getting back to that big venue thing. And also I hope there's no slap. I hope they have a good host. I hope it's entertaining. And
nobody gets beaten up on stage.
I mean, that was just a shocking thing, wasn't it?
Yeah. The slap heard around the world for so long.
Super slap. And then, I mean, we're getting back to good films, but honestly, there weren't that many films to choose from. It's like most of the acting ones were from 4 movies and then, so a couple randoms. I mean, that's kind of what we're talking about. And then there's the weirdly have the blockbustery ones in the Best Picture, which I still don't understand why.
Yeah.
But, it's Hollywood. It's fun. It's, it's our business. So, of course, we love it. It's,
Yeah.
Cool.
I'm excited to go look at the list. I didn't have a chance to do that today.
To hear what you think about it because, should I just share this? I don't know. The thing that shocked me the most is there's a woman who was nominated for Best Actress, which is, when you get in the not supporting categories. People just pay so much money for their campaigns and all this stuff. And at the last minute, I guess there was this push for this actress that nobody knows in a film that was less than $1 million called To Leslie.
Oh my gosh, yeah, The Whale was $3 million.
But that's Darren Aronofsky. So I can understand why people will look to that. But this is like so super random and like, what? More independent spirit type of thing. So it's just kind of like, wow, that's cool.
That's always exciting when I think someone comes in from out of left field that's unknown. And is she young?
I think she's middle-aged, Brianna.
God forbid.
And anyway, and so there's that, and then there are, of course, the favorites that have been all season. That you expected Michelle Yeoh, you expected the Michelle Williams, you expected Angela Bassett, you expected but every character from everywhere, everything all at once got nominated. And the Fabelmans and
I love Fabelmans.
The Banshees, they all got nominated.
Yeah, Banshees was great. Yay. So
the discussion is, will Austin Butler win for Elvis? Like, really, it's best actor.
Hang on just a second.
Or is it going to go to Brendan Fraser? Like, what do you think?
Gotcha. Yeah, sorry, I have a cat emergency.
Uh-oh, cat emergency. Uh-oh. Oh,
I know. Say hi. Say hi, everybody.
Oh, look at that beautiful kitty.
This is my baby boy.
Did you see Elvis? Can we talk about it for a second? Did you see it?
No, I haven't seen it yet. I just got my SAG things, and I've only seen a couple films. It took me so long to figure out how I could watch them.
They don't make it easy.
I'm like, why does SAG do this to us? Now they're all digital. I haven't gotten any hard copies yet, so
no, they're not. They're not going to do it. It's all digital now.
Yeah, and it was very confusing, and they didn't. They weren't very. They did not explain how to get them from your computer to the TV or your phone to the TV, because like nobody wants to watch a motion picture on your phone.
Well, here's what I do. I have one of those converter cables to my laptop to put to my TV. That's how I do it. That's
a good idea.
That's how I do it, because I don't want to deal with all that. I don't want to deal with it.
Yeah. Say hi to everybody, Cassie.
But anyway, here's my take on Elvis. I'm sorry if I ruin it for anybody, but I could not watch this movie. It was so painful. God rest Lisa Marie's soul. But, it just wasn't a great movie. It was terrible.
Elvis?
Terrible. But the guy who plays Elvis is great. So I found myself fast forwarding to his Austin Butler's performance because it was great. But it was just like, it's a horrid movie. And sorry, Tom Hanks is awful in it. He's awful.
I felt that way about Tar, and I'm sure other people didn't. And I know she gave a great performance, but the story, I was just like, what?
But
it was not my movie.
We're not back yet in like this slew of amazing films to choose from. You know what I mean? Like we're just getting back and recovering really from the COVID, and so if some of the films are exceptional, but some aren't, and they got in there, Yeah. So I don't know.
Yeah, that's the way it goes. So are you putting any olive oil in there or just the butter?
Well, first I have the butter, and then it heats up a little, and then I add the olive oil, and then I'll probably add a little salt and pepper.
Okay. So right now you have carrots, celery, and onion in there?
An onion and a little bit of butter, a tablespoon of butter. And actually, I'm going to do one more onion, 2 onions, not just one.
I like onion.
Not just one, folks. 2 onions. And yeah, but it's fun to have the movie season again. I always enjoy it.
Yeah. And there's been such good television too. So.
Oh yeah. Well, that's why the SAG Awards are going to be fun because they have TV.
Yeah.
Cool.
Yeah.
I know. We go on and on, whoever's watching, but this is what we do, so So everybody knows when you're cooking down onions, carrots, celery, and butter, your house smells really good.
Everything is all better.
Everything's better. I feel better now.
Yeah. I feel better knowing that you're doing that.
It's a hard
I just like, I lost a pair of earrings today. I'm just beside myself.
Everyone,
not a whole pair, just one of them came out. And I was out on my walk, and I got my new walking poles. I have new Nordic walking poles.
How's that going?
I love them. I really like using them. And I went out today, and I think because I had gloves on and I had headphones in, I may have been adjusting, and my glove may have pulled on one of the earrings. I don't know. I have no idea. I don't know why it fell off, but I'm praying to St. Anthony that it's in the house somewhere, and I just haven't found it.
Don't you hate it when that happens? You know, when we went to go get those headshots.
I didn't misplace it. It's not in my ear.
When Morris and I went to go get those headshots in LA with that crazy guy, I lost one of my gold earrings of my grandma's, and I was so pissed. And I wrote him, and I was like, "Did you find it? It has to be there." And I'll never recover.
Oh, you never found it?
No.
Oh, I'm so sorry. I know. I am going to go back and follow my route. I went up and down the street, and I didn't find it, but I'll go back on my route. We'll see if somebody else hasn't found it by now.
Just putting in a little bit of olive oil right now.
So if any good witches are out there, say a little good witchy prayer.
Prayer for Debriana's earring. Everybody's down right now. It's hard. There's not a lot of work in our business right now. I had to take somebody off the ledge today, earlier.
That was Lily, in case anyone's watching. She loves to be involved with the computer.
Lily!
Hi. Come on, Lily.
Lily's got a mind of her own. Okay.
She does, for sure.
Salt and pepper, everybody. So this is smelling really good. It's cooking down. And what's going to be great is when this cooks down a little bit more, we'll add the meat and sear the meat.
Okay. And you're going to sear it in that pan.
In this pan, yeah. But it needs to go down a little bit more. Okay. So while we're chatting, basically what you're going to do here, I'm going to tell you the rest of it, whether I perform it for the audience or not. Basically, the things that I'm adding now are, I'm adding 2 cartons of stock, 1 vegetable, 1 beef. Okay, so that's about 8 cups total. A cup of red cooking wine, not my father's, by the way. That's good for drinking. And then I'm going to put a little bit of better than bouillon vegetable in there with a cup of water.
We love that brand.
3 cloves of garlic, chopped. And then I'm going to probably put in a little parsley. And I think that's it. But the whole thing is the stages with which you do this. So it's like right now, if I could show you this, and I will, the vegetables, as everybody knows, when you're cooking them down, they start to shrink and get smaller. Okay. Yeah. And they just, you just stir and you cook them down. And then I'm going to put in the meat and sear it and turn out and have the heat like medium, sear it, turn it down to like a simmer. And then I'm just going to add the wine, just the wine. It's a cup of red wine. And I might put a cup in half. And then you just get
those bits off the bottom.
That's got to simmer down. Simmer down, Debriana. Simmer down. Everybody simmer down.
That should be our mantra for this year. Simmer down.
Down. Everybody simmer down. So then you're going to simmer down with just the wine and meat and vegetable, okay? Then that for like an hour, okay? And then I'm going to come back. Oh, sorry. With wine and half of the liquid stock, okay? And then I'm going to come back after an hour and see how it cooked down. And I'm going to add the rest of the liquid, simmer it down some more simmer. And then that's really
And are you gonna add any cream element, like to thicken it that way, or like sour cream? Or
if you want, sour cream is a great way to thicken it, okay, and add that creamy component. I don't know if I'm going to add it to it because I might.
Thank you. We'll simmer down.
I might have people eat it that don't want dairy, so I might not do that. But what I like to do is put a dollop of sour cream when you serve it, and then you can just, eat it like that.
And will you serve it with some kind of starch like potatoes or noodles, or how do you usually serve it?
Over noodles, potatoes, rice. I'm actually, you know what I'm going to do? I'm so crazy. I'm going to make the boule from our cookbook.
Yay.
And I'm going to make a beautiful fresh bread slices, probably garlic bread,
yeah.
And I'll serve it with that.
Okay. That sounds yummy.
So that's probably what I'm going to do. But the sky's the limit.
Yeah.
It's so tasty, and it's, it's not as hard as I think like the beef bourguignon, if you wanted to get hardcore like Julia Child and stuff like that. That stuff takes a lot longer, and you're making your own stock and you're doing all that stuff. This is just like a couple of hours at a time. Let it sit overnight. You're gonna have an amazing thing for a dinner party or a family dinner or whatever. It lasts forever and only gets better flavor. So
yeah. Yep. I can't.
I have a little spice and element with my chimayo red, and
that's that little twist of heat.
You don't have to do that.
Both of us love. Yeah.
Do that.
Yeah.
But this is cooking down nicely. It's gonna be delish, man. It's gonna be delish. It's so easy.
Yeah, that is. I mean, that's easy. So within an hour or two, even if you didn't, or if you did it earlier in the day, and you left it to sit for till the evening when you were going to eat it.
There's one more thing that you could do if you're really hardcore, and I know that you would do this. You could do, instead of olive oil, if you wanted to do duck fat or pork fat.
That now you're talking my language.
That's gonna do a depth that I didn't have any duck fat on me.
You should have called me. I always have duck fat
right here. Can you just siphon it?
The duck fat queen. I know, right? Wouldn't that be great?
That's gross. But anyways, but it would be cost effective.
It would be.
So, but yeah, if you had any duck fat like you do in your freezer or pork fat, that would be great. But I just olive oil,
Yeah, awesome.
It's delish. It's a goulash. You can do, you could do regular paprika. I'm trying to think if there's anything else you could do differently. And you could do more paprika if that's not enough for you. If a teaspoon and a half isn't enough for you.
Yeah, and those Hungarian paprikas, you can look on. There's lots of different kinds, and some of them are hot.
Yes.
So you could use that.
Yes. And I like the smoky one. And if I did not add my smoky chimayo red. Like you can do, Chipotle level smoky red if you want to add a chilier, hot heat element
to it. Yeah.
Yeah, exactly. Okay, so
I cannot wait to see the pictures.
This is getting really close for me to add the meat as soon as I can. I'm like, do you ever talk to yourself when you're cooking? It's like, as soon as the vegetables fit halfway, I'll put in the meat. You know what I mean? Like, there's no rule, Yeah. It's just, This is a great guy.
Yes, I've been known to do that.
You're like, hey, when this happens, I'll do it.
Yeah.
But so I'm just about ready.
And so when you put the meat in there, are you gonna turn the heat up? Or
turn it up a tiny bit to sear the meat, and then I'm gonna turn it on to simmer.
Right. Gotcha.
After that. So everything.
Somehow we both managed to wear gray today. We did not color coordinate, but we often do this.
It always happens. always happens.
So
But yeah, I mean, this just kind of comfort food just makes me happy. It's hard, challenging times right now for people, and it's winter, it's cold. Just make stuff that when I cook this, it makes me happy. You know what I mean? So it reminds me of my grandma and family and like happy times. Good, food. You know, food is love, right? Isn't that one of our? That's one of our hashtags.
Yeah, is love and fat carries the flavor. Those are our mottos.
Okay, so here goes the meat, everybody. Here it goes. Oh my God, it just smells so good. I feel like I want to eat it raw, but I will not.
Okay. There's some info floating on the screen down there. Yes, there's an election going on in Wisconsin that's going to determine the Supreme Court in Wisconsin, where they are trying to roll back the minor abortion protection for in the case of rape and incest. They would like to take that away and make it no abortion. So that election is super important. There are people writing postcards, and there's ways to get involved to make sure that people get out and vote in that election and become aware of it. So if you want to get involved, I'm writing postcards.
There's a lot out there that'll drive you to drink. Okay, so maybe we'll do cocktails next week.
Yeah, you know what? Speaking of that, one of the co-op has kumquats available this week, and I thought, that could make a great cocktail. So we might do kumquat cocktails.
Okay, that's something we've never done for sure.
I know. I'm finally finding something in a cocktail we haven't done.
Okay, if anybody was watching me, what I was doing, I was just getting the last of the marinade and putting it in here. Oh man, this is heaven. Heaven.
Yeah, good food is heavenly. That is faux show.
Yum. Okay, well.
All right. Well, post the picture.
I'll take a picture. I can't wait to eat this. I'm so hungry right now.
Yes, we love the picture. And and thank you all for hanging out with us.
Yes.
And thank you, Miss, for cooking.
A pleasure as always. Next goes the wine and the garlic and a little bit of the liquid, and then simmer 1 hour.
Okay.
Then add the rest. Add some parsley, you're good to go.
And I'm loving it. I'm loving it.
Thanks, everybody.
Here are the credits for our team, which is basically me and you and me. And then David as the camera person. Whee!
See you all. Thanks for watching. Go to our YouTube. Please do a thumbs up.
Follow us on YouTube and Instagram, and all those places really help us out when you guys subscribe.
And like things. If you like it, give us a thumbs up or
appreciate it. Thank you.
Thanks. Bye.
See you next week.